Can you just give us a wrap of what the picture is for the market today? Of course, we've been seeing the market rally over the last few sessions.
Yeah, we are seeing a continuation of the rally of yesterday and day for yesterday, continuing today. We are seeing bids, very strong, remarkable bids coming across most of the NSE indices, from the banking index to oil and gas to conglomerates to the breweries. The figures we are seeing are remarkable figures, and I do hope that these figures are going to continue.
So it's really broad-based. And what are your thoughts? Many people are pointing to several factors. Some saying the takeoff of market making next week is a factor. Some saying it's the lower yields that we're seeing in the fixed income space. What do you think is really driving the appetite we're seeing? Because I think the difference now is that we're actually seeing a lot more volumes, not just the uptick we saw 2 weeks ago. We're seeing volumes a lot more. Yesterday we saw as much as 3 billion naira traded.
Yeah, the volumes are actually coming in, and they're coming in from all, fronts, and the reasons are not far-fetched. Don't forget the fact that, down next week, we should, begin to, implement the market-making dynamics, into the market. I think, investors are taking positions on most of the stocks, preparatory to the actual taking off of the market-making structures that has been put in place. Don't forget the fact that, too, that most of the stocks you're talking about are very strong fundamentals, week in, week out, month in, month out. We've seen them posting very remarkable, numbers. These numbers, I think, are actually speaking for them. First Bank, like I said sometime back, is a good stock, good result, good showing, good fundamentals. If you look at the earning per share of First Bank, it's running well close to 2 naira 81 kobo thereabouts. The same goes for Access Bank, GTB, Zenith Bank, Fidelity, and the rest of them. These are fundamentally strong stocks. We do not expect legs from the market, except for a few other policy directives from some quarters. The market is good, fundamentals are strong, and the fact that the money market scenario is beginning to play down a little is beginning to impact on our market. I think we are good on the market, and we intend to move forward down the line.
I'm not sure if it's just me, but it does sound like there's a lot more noise in the background today. Is there anything going on at the stock exchange that we should know about? I get the sense
I guess because they're excited. The numbers they are saying are good. They're excited, All
right, okay. And then, so let's talk about ideas. Your thoughts on the best ideas for traders if they're looking to go. Very soon we'll be talking about taking long and short positions when we have market making taking off next week. But if I was to go long for the short term now, what are your thoughts on good ideas for short-term opportunities?
Yes, a couple of other stocks still have mileage to run through. Fidelity, I think, to my mind, it's still not where it should be. WAPCO still has a lot of strong base, strong fundamental. As we speak, it's trading close to maximum. I think it still has a lot of depth capacity to move further up. Flour Mill is titling towards 60, 61. I think Flour Mill is a good stock to stick your money on. We're looking at stocks like Glasgow. We're looking at stocks like Skybank. Their forecast was incredibly remarkable. I think Skybank should reach further down the line. The market is good. Most of the stocks are strong, and we're excited, so to speak. And we hope that this momentum, tempo, continues down the rest of the week and upper week.
I mean, you've run through quite a number of stocks there, but if I can come back to the broader market and just give us a picture of the bid and offer dynamics we're seeing here. Clearly, like I mentioned, we're seeing a lot more volumes traded. Yesterday, we saw as much as 3.3 billion naira worth of trades. In terms of bids and offer now, what kind of volumes are we seeing for the various stocks?
Okay, Transcorp is leading the pack for on the bid side. We are seeing renewed interest in Transcorp. Don't forget the fact that Transcorp traded, close to 71, 72 kobo only this week, and as we speak, it's doing well over 85 kobo, and the bid is quite remarkable. We've seen others, rallying in stocks like Interbrewery. It's still keeping up the momentum, and I think that we probably could see Interbrewery, rising up to as high as 15 naira from our indication. We equally see stocks like WAPCO. Ashoka is doing maximum. There are firm bids, firm interest, and strong fundamentals is driving the stocks. Most of the stocks are looking good. Diamond Bank is trading maximum as we speak. The same goes for Access Bank, titling towards maximum. The same goes for a couple of number of stocks are looking good. They're really looking good. Yeah.
We know that the market has been driven at least most of this year by foreign investors. They account for about 80% of trades. Are we seeing any changes in dynamics with respect to local investors now? Now that the market has sustained a rally, I think that's what many people were looking for. Your thoughts on how much more local interest we're seeing?
Yeah. Like you rightly pointed out, we still having that figures in place, but down the line, as we begin to see the interplay of the market-making structures coming to bend the market, we find out that we begin to see the fact that the level and the extent of their involvement in the market will probably begin to trickle down. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a while. The all structures, interplays will begin to even up as we go down the line. I think that local investors are beginning to show remarkable interest in our markets. People are getting interested. People are, looking beyond what had happened in the recent past to say, look, man, figures are coming out looking good. Don't forget the fact that First Bank year to date traded well over 8 naira 95 kobo. As we speak, it's about 14.40. Same goes for Zenith that was in as low as 12 naira, 11 naira. As we speak, it's about 16.50. A lot of other stocks are done, remarkably low that are on a new year-to-date high, across board. From Nestle that is doing well over 1,600, down the line to Guinness that is, itching up to well over 260, 265. If you ask me, I tell you, there are no better place to go to than to come here and put your money and reap your investment in no distant time.
I'm happy you mentioned Nestle because that's one stock some people are a bit cautious about. Clearly, it's rallied dramatically, not just this year, but for over the last several years. Don't you think it's getting a bit pricey at the current levels? I mean, we're talking about a stock now testing 600 naira.
Yeah, Nestle, to my mind, it's a vibrant stock. If you cast your mind back on their earnings, Q2 results, its PAT is well over 10 billion naira. Very few outstandings, and if you analyze their results, it's well over 29, 28, 30 naira, any per share. I think that if you look at most of the stock, it's one of the highly capitalized stocks. Traded year low 400, now doing about 600. It's a stock where retirement benefits, you go put your money in Nestle and you go to sleep, Strong management team, track record is very fantastic. You can go wrong if you put your money in Nestle. I think that's what's, actually speaking for Nestle, They've been able to sustain the tempo, the momentum over the years, I think that's why it's where it is today. And I will not be surprised if it took 207, 800 naira down the month,
All right, okay, let's wrap this up with one more. I mean, I want to put you on the spot now. If you're going to give me one stock that will beat the market from this point to the end of the year, which stock will you be putting your money on?
That's a big one. Several stocks on the table, but if you ask me, I tell you, First Bank, my mind is on First Bank as I speak. It has not stopped this rally.